Today we are driving the new 2024 Ram 1500 Limited. But of course, let me take you on a brief tour of this before we get started. We have full LED headlights, lots of chrome, large 22-inch alloy wheels, and we have our 1500 badge in chrome. There is even more chrome on the side with chrome window surrounds and chrome moldings at the bottom. Now taking a look at the back here, the taillights will also be full LED, and we have a split tailgate. So let me show you that. First, we also have a bed step that we could just pull out, which makes getting into the bed a lot easier. So you can pull this, and then of course you have the normal bed, but if you don't want to reach over that bed extending out, then you can split it in half just by pushing down on the button, just like so. So now you won't have an obstruction when getting into the bed area. Now let's take a look at the second row, because this is really where full-size trucks shine. Now we have the crew cab today, and this second row area is really nice. Look at that leather and that fabric that runs through there. They really designed this well, and we even have storage under the seats. Now getting inside, I have heated and ventilated seats, 4 USB ports, a power source, and these seats are actually really comfortable. You can't recline or slide them or anything, but I think the seat adjustment is just right. And I even have 42 inches of legroom, which is a lot for a truck. Now let's take a look at the first row. So we have a very premium door panel, we have quilted leather, a lot of storage down below, and of course we have power running boards. Now taking a look inside, getting in is relatively easy with the power running boards, but not that easy. You get 2 wireless phone chargers, a lot of storage, you have some there, under there, and you can even pull this forward and back for even more storage. That is pretty crazy. Here we have a couple controls. We even have the latest Uconnect 5 system, and some climate controls are in the screen, but most of them are physical. Now, this screen is very intuitive, but it can be a little bit glitchy at times, so that might be a downside. And take a look at the steering wheel, leather, wood, and a full digital gauge cluster behind that. And we have a rear camera up top in case there are any obstructions, and a panoramic sunroof, and we have secret storage right there. Now this is a very nice place to spend time on a long trip, but you can't tow as much, which is kind of a problem. You do get a full 360-degree backup camera with a lot of different angles, which is very nice, and you can even attach your own cameras. Now, this is a big truck, so it's going to be hard to move around. So, how hard is it actually to move around? Let's go ahead and take it out on a road and get started with the drive. Alright, so getting started with our test drive route. First things first, this drives like a big truck. Even though this is a big truck, most cars make it feel like you're driving a smaller car. Even though I'm not the one driving this, I can feel from the back seat all of that body lean and how big this car really is. So I think Ram is going to need to make some improvements on the way this handles and that suspension. When noise is reduced, we have acoustic glass and double pane side windows, so that definitely helps. And we have the tonneau cover, so that's going to help us move a little bit faster. Now I want to make sure that everyone sees this video because the new 2025 Ram 1500 is out and is shipping to dealerships. And our local dealership that we're going to film cars is getting to soon. The new Ram 1500 does not have the good old Hemi V8. Instead, we have a new engine, a 3-liter Hurricane V6 engine. It has more horsepower and torque than this one, but since it's so new and it made its debut in 2023 in the Wagoneer, we don't know how reliable it is, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram does not have the best reputation for lasting very long. But we know that this Hemi V8 is practically bulletproof. So if you don't want to have that new engine, be sure to pick up a new Ram 1500 very soon because these Hemi V8s are not going to be around for much longer. Also, this is not very fuel efficient, so if you care about that, the new engine will have that. This gets around 17 miles per gallon in the city and highway combined, which is not that good, but not too bad for a full-size truck. Merging onto the highway, we have plenty of power, 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, so that is enough for passing and getting up to speed on the highway. I also love how this Hemi V8 sounds. You can't really hear it right now, but I promise you that we'll have an acceleration clip later in this video and you'll be able to hear everything. Now, as you can see, we got up to speed in no time, and we're not even putting quarter throttle in. Now, this Ram 1500 is a lot quieter than other full-size pickup trucks on the highway because we have acoustic glass and double-pane windows. Double-pane windows are like two windows put together to make one, so that means it's double the thickness of a normal window. That means you have less wind noise in the cabin, and I can really hear that in this Ram. Now, we also don't have a lot of tire noise, even though we have 22-inch alloy wheels. Now, that's very good because we have pretty wide tires, and these wheels are really big. Now, I really like how this absorbs a lot of the bumps because we have giant wheels and that usually doesn't really work out that way. But somehow they made it so that most bumps are going to be absorbed. Of course, like humongous potholes, you're not going to be able to get around that. This drives very nicely, even though the handling isn't the best, but you can't expect good handling on a humongous truck like this. Now, I hope that Ram did a good job on the new engine because that new engine has big shoes to fill. This Hemi V8 has been around for a long time and everyone loves it. We drove the Jeep Grand Wagoneer with the new Hurricane engine and it was pretty good. I mean, it's the new engine, like brand new. It just made its debut last year. So it's going to have some problems in the first few years, but I think once they perfect it, it's going to be almost as good as the Hemi V8, if not better. Now, this Ram 1500 can tow over 12,000 pounds, and that is great for a full-size truck. I'm pretty sure the F-150 also has something like that, but the Toyota Tundra is only 11,160. Now, this is the spot where we usually do our acceleration test, but this will be the handling test for now. And I can really feel that body roll. That is not okay. Now, I'm sure most of you won't mind it, but if you're getting up to speed very quickly and you have to accelerate and turn at the same time, it's going to be a little bit awkward and unpleasant because any unsecured items are going to go flying, basically. Our acceleration test is going to be at the lights, so we're going to put in some throttle and we're going to hear how this Hemi V8 sounds as one of the last V8. Now listen to that Hemi V8. That was only half throttle, but that is still an amazing engine and that is probably plenty for most people. Now this is going to be getting close to the end of the video, so if you really want the Hemi V8s, go ahead and pick one up right now because they're not going to make these anymore. But thank you all so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time.